Welcome back to the deep dive. We're jumping straight into the RC world today,
Yeah.
looking at a pretty ambitious project, really, taking that classic kind of boxy Tamiya Grasshopper body and figuring out how to get it successfully mounted onto the modern Tamiya Hornet EVO chassis. That's item 58742, right?
That's the one. And our mission here really is to unpack the technical guide, the how-to behind making this actually work. Because it's not just, clicking parts together.
No, definitely not.
It's about building something special, like a model that feels like it could have been an official Tamiya release that just never happened. Sort of blending that 40-year heritage with, well, much newer performance.
But, okay, that's the big engineering question, isn't it? How is that even possible? You've got an entry-level plastic tub chassis from 1984.
Right.
And you're trying to stick it onto this sophisticated performance platform from the 2020s. What's the actual connection? How do they meet?
Well, believe it or not, the connection is Tamiya's own design consistency. It's amazing, actually. The whole project works because the Hornet EVO uses the identical core ABS plastic bathtub frame.
No way!
Identical.
The very same one, Tamiya part number 0335050, as the original 80s Grasshopper. That specific piece is the absolute key.
Right.
It guarantees your wheelbase. That critical 251 millimeters is perfect. It just lines up. Tamiya basically made this possible 40 years ago without knowing it.
Okay, so that core tub clicks.
Yeah.
But, structurally, everything bolted to that frame. That's where it gets complicated, right? Or maybe where the upgrade happens.
Yeah.
How different is the suspension, for example?
Oh, it's night and day, honestly. The original Grasshopper suspension was, let's be kind, basic, simple swing arms up front.
Right.
And that notoriously bouncy, rolling, rigid axle setup in the back.
Yeah, I remember that.
The EVO, it throws all that old tech right out. You're getting a proper, modern, high-performance setup. We're talking four-wheel, independent, double wishbone suspension.
Okay, big difference. Much taller shock towers. Proper CVA oil-filled dampers, not just friction shocks. And crucially, a sealed gearbox, derived from the DT-02, I think, with a real differential inside.
A diff! Finally. Yeah, the original would just, spin the inside wheel and push wide on every turn.
Exactly.
So this really flips the whole thing on its head, doesn't it? What's the term for that? That kind of shift?
We've been calling it the hierarchy inversion. Think about it. Back in the 80s, the Grasshopper was the cheap, cheerful entry-level kit.
Yeah, the starter car.
Right. So by putting that humble, famous shell onto this really capable EVO chassis, you, the builder, create a genuine sleeper. It looks vintage, but underneath.
It's a rocket.
It's faster, way more durable, and it handles with a kind of sophistication that the original top-of-the-line Hornet back then couldn't even imagine.
Okay, right. So here's where the rubber meets the road. Or maybe, like you said, the Dremel meets the plastic. Because the body shell you choose completely changes the project, right?
Yeah.
Show versus go. Pathway 1. Pure nostalgia. Using the actual Tamiya ABS hard body. The original style.
Yep, the stiff plastic one.
Yeah.
And that gives you incredible scale realism. Looks just right. But it demands what we call a subtractive approach.
Meaning cutting.
Meaning cutting, grinding, trimming.
Yeah.
Basically hacking away carefully, probably with a rotary tool like a Dremel. You have to carve out space inside that rigid plastic for the EVO's bigger shock towers and the suspension arms as they move.
Okay.
It looks amazing when it's done. Perfect shelf queen. But that plastic is brittle. You look at it wrong, it can crack. You definitely can't go bashing this version around. It's for light running, maybe display.
Which naturally leads us to Pathway 2. This is for people who actually want to drive the thing hard. Performance focus. Using the Parma PSE clear Lexan body. That's PAR 10257.
Yeah, if you want to bash or something, you can actually drive aggressively. Lexan is really the only sensible choice. It's super durable, flexible, takes hits, but it requires a different approach.
Yeah.
Fabrication. It comes as a clear, uncut sheet, basically.
Yeah.
So you have to design and fit your own mounting system, usually using aftermarket body posts.
Oh.
And you must use a proper body reamer tool to make the mounting holes. If you try drilling Lexan, like regular plastic, it'll just crack.
Good tip.
And, of course, the golden rule of Lexan bodies, you paint them from the inside with polycarbonate-specific paints, like Tamiya's PS series. Paint goes on the inside, color shows through.
Right, protects the paint job when you inevitably roll it.
Exactly.
So this whole deep dive, this project, it really forces you, the listener, the builder, to make a kind of philosophical choice right at the start, doesn't it?
It really does.
Are you building a beautiful, scale-accurate Restamod that's mainly for show and maybe some gentle driving? Or are you building a tough, high-performance basher that can actually use all that EVO speed and handling?
Picking between scale looks and outright performance, especially with that ABS body, has real handling consequences you need to think about. Well, that Tamiya ABS hard body, while looking great, is significantly heavier than the Lexan shell. All that weight is up high.
Ah, raises the center of gravity.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Which dramatically increases the car's tendency to traction roll. That's when you're cornering hard, the high grip tires bite, and the car just flips over sideways because the cog is too high.
Right. I've seen that happen plenty. So, okay, that brings us to our final provocative thought for you listening. If you go the ABS hard body route for looks, you must tune the suspension to compensate for that extra weight and higher center of gravity. You can't just bolt it on and expect it to handle well.
Absolutely critical. You can't just ignore physics. You'll definitely need to fit stiffer springs, especially in the rear. Something like the Tamiya DT-02 spring set, that's part 53832, works well.
Stiffer springs, okay.
But that's only half the battle. Stiffer springs need more control as it just gets bouncy in a different way. So you have to use much thicker silicone damper oil inside those CVA shocks. We're talking like 500 centistokes, maybe even up to 700 cent.
Oh, that's quite thick.
It is. But that thicker, more viscous fluid slows down the suspension movement. It controls the body roll, dampens the springs properly, and helps keep that beautiful but heavy shell from tipping over the moment you try to take a corner with any kind of speed. Basically, if you build a sleeper, you better make damn sure it can actually handle the power you just gave it. That's the real trick.